I got into the bots and how, you can just have bot farms running. And we know that there's a lot of bots on this platform.
I'm
But
gonna
there's
say like
different type of
50 to 70%. That's my honest guess.
Yep, yep. Um, and there's different kinds of bots, right?
Mm,
There's good bots and there's bad bots. So like a good bot is like if you want your account boosted, you can have those likes come in and those reposts and everything and the views, and it makes your post look like it's super truthful, right? You
mm.
got a million views and 5,000 likes. It doesn't matter if 4,500 of those likes are bots. A normal person's not going to know. They're going to go, "Oh, this has got 5,000 likes. This has to be truth."
Mm,
And then you get the bad bots that are like the porn bots that attach themselves to your account to drag you down. So
mm.
you have these different range of bots that do different things. Some of the bots just like stuff. Um, some of the bots are follow bots. Some of them are repost bots, like we saw earlier, where that one account all they did was repost stuff. So it all just depends what the purpose of the bot is.
Once this follow bot attaches itself to your account, you're left with few options, all of which negatively impact your account. If you continue to allow the bot to follow you, then there's a guilty by association impact through the follow score. If you block it, then your block score gets worse.
Yep, you lose either way.
What happens if you block and
Yep.
unblock? Does that still affect your block score?
It doesn't keep them from reattaching to your account then,
Hmm.
because if you unblock them, they can always come back, like, refollow, repost, and reattach themselves to your account.
So all my
So
ex
for me
enemies, I'm just gonna
personally,
buy them bots.
yeah, I mean, you could theoretically you could just flood them with porn bots
Hmm.
and drag them into the depths of that triple X
Hmm.
location on X. Um, but yeah, I mean, that's why I particularly just block, because I'm like, all right, I can sit here and get hammered over and over and over again by this account, or I can
Hmm.
take the one-time penalty and just be done with it. So generally, I just block it and move on.
Hmm. Oh,
It's a lot, bro. I put in a lot of time, and,
you
and
put
this
in
is
so
this
much
is just
time.
this is just the post. This doesn't count like unfollowing. Like I had to unfollow 9,000 accounts
Oh,
to do this test. 9,000. It took 2 days to unfollow everybody.
you are
Yeah,
committed to the craft. I respect that.
I was. And you know what? Like when I did it, people were pissed. They were like, "Oh, you're not gonna follow me. You're a jerk. This and that." And I was like, "Just be patient. Just watch." Like, because I was doing it to show them like what they're dealing with, right? And when I got done, like some of the people that were mad were like, "Yeah, I shouldn't have been mad. Sorry about that. Like, I see what you were doing. I see the
Mm,
point. Like, thank you." And then you get people that were like, "Oh, I trusted you. I knew what you were. I knew you had something up your sleeve."
mm,
When I came back, a lot of it made sense to a lot of people, because you had to show them that when you get to a point where you have no interactions between anybody,
mm.
they're going to promote certain accounts to your timeline.
Yeah,
All the big accounts are going to flood your timeline.
yeah.
And the key issue is, anytime, like, let's say you say, tell your friend, "Hey, join X, get on X. It's great." He get downloads the app, creates an account, gets on X. Who do you think is going to be the first people that come across his timeline?
Mm.
Those accounts. And guess who they're going to be the first ones he probably follows? Those accounts. Because that's what X is telling him to follow. That's what's hot on X right now, right? And so that's why these big accounts get so many follows so fast. You see them gain 50,000 followers, 100,000 followers in a day, is because they're getting all those new accounts coming on, following them
Mm.
and getting promoted to timelines. So that's why it's easy for them to grow and for us not to grow, because they got the benefit of the doubt on it. All right, so we can go back. We can go back now. That's pretty much most of the timeline. So the cluster ranker thread. So remember how we talked about the clusters earlier and how they group you up with other people and they can like
Mm.
shut down entire groups. Well, this thread kind of goes through like how they do all that. So you can see they rank by favorite score for the cluster ranker, rank by follow score, rank by log favorite score. Um, so basically, the cluster has its own ranking system by itself, outside of all these other ranking systems.
So they're clustering you, and then they are ranking the clusters.
Well, they're ranking you, and then you're in a cluster that's ranked. And so, like, if you got a poor rank and your cluster's got a poor rank, good luck anybody ever seeing you outside of that little small group.
Ride or die
You're
together.
basically siloed. Yep, pretty much. Pretty much. So, and I even plugged some of this stuff into Grok, and you know, Grok's even agreed with on what it is. I mean, there you have it.
The Twitter.
Okay, and then I did this one.
Yeah.
So I did that one a long time ago when I first started getting into it. But there's a code called the Twitter Blue Key, and essentially what it is it gives you your blue check mark. So if you just scroll down really quick, and we just kind of save the mumbo jumbo here. Just keep going past all that. Keep going. Right there. It should say Twitter Blue Key on one of those. Yep, there you go. Twitter Blue Key. That's where it says that. Enable key. Twitter Blue authorizes Twitter Blue Key authorizes the user to edit tweets if they have the Twitter Blue subscription. So when you edit your tweet because of your blue check mark, that's the code that allows that to happen. So there's like these keys too that unlock certain features for you. Okay. So now you got scores, you got labels, you've got clusters, you've got subscriptions, you got blue checks, you got keys. Okay. And then if you go into this status counts thread, that's where I found that they can actually reduce your stats. So like, you know, at the bottom how it has your reposts and your likes and your, you know, all that. They can reduce those numbers internally automatically. So that might not be what you actually have. They can boost them or deboost them.
Why?
And I actually found because that way they can control the narrative. They can make sure the big accounts get that little extra sparkle and the other accounts don't get that sparkle. Right.
So,
and it doesn't have to be much. It can be 15, 20%. Right. But it's just to make it look like you're not getting as much interaction as you should be.
So if you put up a post and you want people to think it's really popular, they could just manually add likes because you can't see all your likes. You can't see all the comments. You can't see any of it.
Exactly. It's all behind the screen. Correct.
So if you want to So if you post this picture and you want it to seem like everyone loves you, you could just increase these numbers manually.
Yep.
So if I want it to look like people are commenting, engaging, all this, I could just increase this all.
Yep. Or if you want a certain politician to look like they're doing better,
you can do that same.
You can do the same thing.
I saved this one because this is a vanity post. Meaning the most information I believe on how it works would be in this post. Because if you're going to amplify anything, if you're going to bot anything, a post like this is what you would amplify and bot, by the way. Because it's a vanity post.
Yep.
You want people to see it. You don't want to put a picture of yourself on your timeline and nobody like it. That's embarrassing.
Right. Well, and not just that, you want them to like it more than other things too. Right.
So the chance of a negative post, negative comment being shown in this would be like probably like 0.
I mean, there's probably a few in there, but they're probably buried under probable spam would be my guess.
Yeah. There's no way that's going to show up. Well, it's probably going to be past the availability, right? Because it runs out.
The easiest way to do it, I would say,
one bad.
Right? But look how far you had to go, and how many views did that one get?
This one's got a lot, 28,000, because it got people
Oh
found it and
wow!
reposted it.
How many followers do they have? 98,000. So
Yeah,
I mean, yeah, they could have boosted it.
but that's the only one.
Yep.
Interesting.
And that's probably, and they probably just boosted it, that one just so it looks like there's an alternative post
Yeah,
that's like, got so it looks like it's fair for both sides.
yeah. You got it.
So yeah, so that's what the status counts thread goes through. Is it basically talks about the code that's making all that possible.
And again, that doesn't mean they're doing it. It just means that they have the ability to do it.
Correct. Well, technically, I think I've caught them doing it. And the way I've caught them doing it is when I get my notifications, especially when a post is new, it'll say this person and 12 other people liked this post. When you see that?
Yeah.
But then you go onto the post and like 30 people have liked the post. You're like, where's the other 18? 15 that are supposed to be on there? So it's like, I feel like they're doing something with it. And then a lot of times, I think this also ties back to how likes get removed and reposts get removed and stuff like that. This could be part of that too. Is like if you go and you like a Trump post and then you go back weeks later, the like's gone. This could be part of that action.